everyone, today we're going to talk about the Anastasia Soft Glam 2 palette, which I have right here in my hot little hands. We're going to do a tutorial, we're going to swatch, and we're going to compare it to a couple of other palettes. Okay, so let's start with the swatching. Well, let's start with the looking first. I have been playing around a little bit with this palette. It is a little dirty, as you can see, but not too much. Haven't been playing around with it too much. So let's just get straight on with the swatching without further ado. The first color is called Tempera. That like white cream one. The second brown glimmer one is called Dreamer or Tannish Glimmer one. Ooh, that is soft. That crumbled. I put my hand in there kind of hard. I put my finger in there kind of hard. This beigey one again is called Orange Soda. And this brownish one, light brownish one, it's called Dusty Rose. I'm surprised that they call that a rose. So here we are, oops, with the, now like this way, Tempera, Dreamer, Orange Soda, and Dusty Rose. These three are all in the same tone, I would say, and then this one's got a little more pink in it. These are a little more orange, and this is a little more pink. Okay, for the other four colors, the first one is Incense, and I'll let you see it after I get my finger out of it. The second one is Sultry. It's another soft, nice textures. Mulberry and Noir. So Incense, Sultry, Mulberry, like a mulberry wine, and Noir, which is a black. Probably, that's a nice. So these are swatching nicely. They're swatching smoothly. And just so you all know, off camera, I removed the swatches and there wasn't any staining, but I've only had them on my arms for about a minute. If you have like the black on all day, who knows if it might stain. That's always a concern of mine, because sometimes some of these eyeshadows do that, but ABH is usually of a higher quality and I wouldn't expect that. And in this 1 minute that I had it on my arms, again, it didn't stain. Let's get straight into the tutorial. Okay, I'm going to go across the eye with 3 shades because I have smaller eyes and hooded eyes. If I go across this way and do the darker on the outer corner, then it will open up the eye. So light, transition, dark. I've been doing the dark on the outer corner, but the transition more vertically in other tutorials. This is a little different. So let's get going with the lightest shade of this palette. Actually, I'm going to use the shimmer Dreamer. Okay. Oh, this is really, really, really soft. I mean, you have to be very careful with that. I didn't go in that hard. I went in at the normal pressure I usually use, and that really powdered up. I don't know where I'm going to bang that off. I'm in the middle of my living room. It's going to get all over the rug. Well, luckily it matches. Okay. have this light here that I can turn this way. It's gonna fade things out a little bit, but we should be able to see a little better. I don't have the best lighting in my living room, but I don't like filming in my bathroom, and those are really the only two options that I have. I took a Claritin to no avail. I don't see much shimmer and glimmer. I don't know if it's the lighting, but I have a pretty strong light on here right now. It is a shimmer. Let's do another pass. Yeah, I'm seeing it a little more now. I think it's like a cross between a dusty rose and a camel color again. Okay. As a transition shade. So I'm putting it in the middle, but also like starting in the middle towards the outer corner. So it's not dead in the middle, it starts in the middle. I think that's important to note, that placement. Okay, nice color. Pretty color. I guess it is more mauvey. But since this mauvey one is like another one that I'll be comparing it to, then it's a good idea we used it. This looks like a very sophisticated shadow. Just looks like it's finely milled. It doesn't look like a cheap shadow. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe the finish of the matte. I mean, a matte is a matte, right? But I don't think a matte's always a matte. I think you can have certain kind of finishes, and this has a softer finish to it than other mattes. Like if you're going to buy, I don't want to mention any brands, but a more economically priced matte, let's put it that way. Okay, now this is really, I'm not even going to blow it off because I don't want to lose all of that powder. So that would be a drawback, but a pro would be the finishes on these colors. They look very sophisticated. Okay. What I would like to do now is to take my blender brush, my Fenty blender brush. What is this actually called? Eyeshadow. That works. Generic enough. And blend these two together so we don't have any harsh lines. And of course, I was using my Fenty Precision brush that I always use for the eyeshadow itself, application itself. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this one off. And we're going to go, I'm not going to use the black shade on the outside. I'm going to go into this mulberry shade. My handy dandy sticky notes, we'll use one at a time so they don't lose their stickiness. Okay. So here we go with mulberry. Now I'm going to go in gently for two reasons. It's a dark color and I don't know how powdery it is. So actually this is the third in the kind of rainbow over. So I'm not just going to go up like that. I'm going to come from about this far from the eyebrow over. It's hard to tell without removing this how dark it looks. I think I'd like it a little darker after examining. And there's a line that I'm not crazy about. Ooh, that's like almost like a bruise because I've been putting on a lot of eyeshadow today, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's a bruise. Okay. And now we'll do this side. So like this far down and over. Now that's darker and it's further over, I think. See, it's not picking. There we go. Now I want to clean off the blender brush. And blend this side, the harsh lines, out. And blend this side. My neighbor's doing some sort of, I don't know, hanging up a picture upstairs or something. All right, this could look a little more blended. Okay. I think that looks good. We're just going to finish up as usual with liner and lashes, and by lashes I mean mascara. Okay, my favorite Idol from Lancome. Gives the nice finest line. Okay. That's gone now. Okay. This is the Ilia mascara, clean mascara. I don't know if they have more than one, but I think it's a clean brand, so of course it's going to be clean. Don't quote me on that. I haven't done my Ilia research. I just like the mascara. I don't think they have more than one. Ow, put that right in my eye. Ooh. So this is the finished look. I think it looks good. If I must toot my own horn there. Okay. Now the two palettes that I'm going to compare, the Anastasia Soft Glam 2 are the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions. Now if you just take a look at these two palettes together, this one down a second, open this one. Can't really tilt it much because of the powder, but you can see they kind of look the same. Just disregard the black background of the ABH one and imagine. And I'll swatch a couple of colors for you. Okay, the first one I'm going to swatch is this Patrick Ta one. And I pressed really hard on that. It's probably not going to look as much like this one because of how hard I pressed. So this is the Dusty Rose Anastasia, the one that we used. This one. Actually, they're not as similar as I thought they would be, so I stand corrected. But the mulberry in this palette, I think, is going to be kind of like the Patrick Ta one. So let's take a look at what the mulberry again looks like swatched, even though we've already swatched it. Yeah, they're not exact, but they're similar. The bottom two, they're in the same tone, they're in the same family. They're not the same, but they're similar. And then I was thinking this color in Patrick Ta, I'm having trouble reading. And this color, the Dusty Rose again. No, they're different. Again, in the same tonal family, but not really. And that's kind of hard to see, the Patrick Ta one. And the Dusty Rose is a little darker. Okay. They're just... I don't know. I just think they're similar looking. I could probably make a case for... it wasn't the Dusty Rose that I wanted to swatch. I'm sorry. It was the Tempera and the Dusty Rose. So this is the Tempera. There we go. These two. I got them so close that on my arm, that one bled into the other, but you can see how similar that they are. Okay. So that's the Soft Glam 2 and the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions. Also, and if you know of any palettes that look similar to the Soft Glam 2, let me know below in the comments. Please comment down below. The other one I wanted to compare it to is the Natasha Denona Retro. We have this color called Rebellion, which looks like the mulberry. So I'll put the Rebellion next to the mulberry. Again, they're not exact matches, but they're similar tones. You can see these two, how similar that they are. And the other one that I wanted to do was Hello, which is this color right here, Hello, in the Natasha Denona palette. And the Sultry in the Anastasia palette. The Sultry. This one in the Anastasia palette. So I think those are quite similar, if you can see what I mean. So, okay. That's all we have for today. If you've liked the comment in here, and if you would like more comparisons and tutorials, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great holiday if I don't see you before then, and take care. Bye-bye.